Normally I don't realize that OBS is having a problem till I'm finished recorded and I go to edit. This time, I saw it. So Skybounds is down, and I was just editing the video, and I realized that I am a fool, and regardless of what I just said, I noticed it about 20 minutes after it had started happening. So here's another minute or so of me sounding like an idiot, and then I'll piece together this episode and we'll go from there. But yeah, this seems like a good time for me to go ahead and say, if you're new, welcome. You should subscribe. I'm not always this dumb, but sometimes I am. So you should stick around for the ride. So enjoy me making a fool of myself. I don't know if it caught it in the video, but my OBS was like lagging. It would stay on the same screen, and then it was just kind of like chopping them together. It wasn't a full video. So hopefully that's fixed. I'm glad I saw that a little sooner than I normally do, and then I end up having to record the whole thing. And we're making a lot of changes on the island in this episode, so I don't want to have to go back, undo them, and then redo them again. So, like I said, we're getting there. We're getting a little better at this thing as the days go on. So welcome to this video. My name is Redbeard Ben, and we are back on Skybounds 2.0. So let me give you a little brief rundown of what was supposed to be in this episode, but I failed to record correctly. So we addressed a problem on our island. Skybounds has a redstone limit per chunk. You can only have so much redstone per chunk, and I tried to figure out what it was, and I couldn't get that number down. But we were having that issue with our farms. I'll show you what I did real quick to fix that right now. So basically, what I had said was I built this cocoa bean farm, which was, for me, very innovative because I realized late in the last season of Skybounds that you could clear cocoa beans with water. So this is super simple, super easy way to do it. You just have a redstone clock that moving on. The problem we were having was in this chunk right here. We had 2 hopper clocks and all of this redstone. So the fix for that was I took this hopper clock, which was right here, moved it all the way over here, put the double tick system outside in this chunk, and the hopper clock in another chunk. And then for the farms down below, which now has a second level, I went ahead and moved the hopper clock over here out of the chunk entirely. So now these are both working just fine. They are doing their thing. We've got the auto chest going. And then I had a whole little segue into how another fix for that problem, having too many hoppers, is conduits. And then we are just going to dive right into the rest of the episode because we are going to talk about conduits and how fantastic they are. Shout out the dev team. Here you go. Let's discuss conduits. The way conduits work are pretty much the same as hoppers, except for they can go 5 blocks and they're supposed to cause less lag. According to the admin, the development team, they're supposed to be less laggy. They can carry things over a lot further distance with less work. And then the second most important thing about conduits is they always fill their last option first. So if you have this chest here with a hopper on it, this chest here with a hopper on it, and this chest here with a hopper on it, and then all of the conduits are connected from there, they will pass through this one, and fill up this chest. Once this chest is full, they'll pass through this one and fill up this chest. And then once this chest is full, they'll work on this chest. So that's how they work. So that's why I always put their first stop being like an overflow storage. So that way if you're going to use like crafting robots or any other thing, mostly just crafting robots this season, the farming robots don't require seeds. It was one thing we had to keep in mind last season that we don't have to worry about this season. So the way you connect item conduits is you take the one, so this item conduit will take the stuff directly out of this hopper, which is pulling them obviously from this chest. Same thing over here. And then to connect them, you're going to right click with an item conduit in your hand, and you'll get this green laser looking thing. And that's going to show you the limitations. So when it hits red, you can't place the block there because it's too far away. So we're going to go ahead and go there, and then you can just keep the chain going. We want to work it all the way across our island to get to our storage system. So we're just going to kind of go in a straight line over here. And it can pass through blocks. So like the green here will go through the spawner, and that is okay. They will continue, the items will continue to go through there. We're doing it on the underside of the island just to keep it a little cleaner. All right, so now we want to bring it up to the top. And we're going to put it right at the edge of the chunk right there. So now we have to start connecting it to the hoppers. Unfortunately, you can't just go through and do it on all of these hoppers and then expect it to fill only one item into each hopper, because if you put, say you put Perpy in this one and Malleum in this one and Ice in this one, then if the Perpy fills up, if with this one and you use them all connected this way, it'll start going into this chest, and then the Ice will go into this chest, and it just becomes a whole mess. So we actually need to make a separate branch, kind of like a route, a base line, so to speak. And then from that, we'll branch off each of the items into their respective chests. And that way, if we use the central system too, the central chain, we can more easily add chests to it. So if we find that Ice is filling up too quickly for 2, we can add chests up, and then we can just rebranch from there instead of having to do the whole chain over again. Now we want to go from this one to connect the chest system. And then we want to do the same thing with this one. Now to set up the item conduits, you do it just like the auto chest. You have to have an item that you want in there. So we want purple, Perpy, lapis, diamond. We want everything at this point. So these are the ones that come from this chest. Like if we shift right click here, we got diamonds, lapis, mallumium, Perpy, iron, and gold. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to right click on the item conduit, and then just like you do with the auto chest, you're going to shift right click into them like so. And then you actually have to go along the whole chain and do each individual conduit. So it's a little bit of a time-consuming task, but it is necessary. They don't work if you don't do it. So I'm not going to sit here and talk through that. I'm going to get done with it super quick, and then we will see it in action. And I realize that if we want these spaced out for each one, we're going to need to go ahead and make a chain over here as well. All right, if we look at our mining, we want this one to be skystone, this one to be obsidian, this one to be emerald, and then this one is going to be the Perpy. So if this is the only conduit we want to put the Perpy into, and then this is here. So now once you see, you'll see if they're working by going to the hopper, and we'll place some Perpy in here, and then you should see a purple line connect them all. And that's how you know they're working and that Perpy is in fact flowing. And if we go in this chest, we can see very clearly that it is in fact filling up with Perpy. So we know that that one is working. Now if we go back to our mining, we're going to want this one to be diamond, malleum, gold. So to do that, we're going to need to go into this one here. And we're going to need to put everything in it again, minus the Perpy. And then we'll go ahead and connect them. This one's going to be the diamond. And then you can see that diamond is now filling up. This one is going to be the malleum. And again, it will flow up once the diamond is done. This one is going to be our gold. This one is going to be our lapis. This one's actually going to need to be bone, which we haven't connected yet. So that's what we'll call it. I'm going to have to rig up this other chest and then the mob system, which is way over there. And I showed you how to use it. So that's where we're going to call this episode. I believe you should now be an expert at using conduits. I just need to hope that these all keep up with it. If the conduit system can't keep up with the auto chest and the auto miners up top, I didn't mean to break that, then when the update comes out and we can get more auto chests, we'll have to go ahead and add more auto chests and then more conduit lines taking over there. So by next episode, this should all be done. Hopefully I'll have a build around this. I still got to brainstorm and figure out what color schemes and what kind of design I want to use on it. But we have the outline, so hopefully by next time I'll have the build done. But for sure by next episode, I'll have the conduits all set up. But with that, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you're stuck around this far, youdabomb.com. And you should probably subscribe. Or at least hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. But apart from all that, you guys have a fantastic day.